So we're over here in Naples today, right on the beautiful Gulf of Mexico. The aquarium is doing really fabulous upstairs, and we're going into week 5 with it, and it's just fantastic. The aquarium has now been running about 5 weeks solid. We just had soft coral. The theme of the aquarium is going to be a soft coral mainly, reef aquarium, mainly because of the height and the elevation of the aquarium. We have the nice aqua roche interior, the marco rocks stacked in there too to give some plateaus. And we put in about 15 or 20 corals. There's the typical green chromis in the beginning. And I today have a blue tang, aquaculture ocellaris clownfish from ORA. And we have a mandarin goby that now is about this big from Biota. But the great news is we have some algae now, finally. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean the glass first, and then we'll acclimate and add the fish. I have some serpent stars and some other critters we're gonna put in too. You'll see the algae grows a little more on this end near the sunlight coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. This mag float does a heck of a job, man. That's the greatest invention of all time for a tall aquarium like this. And on the inside is this white pad. This is sold by All Seas Marine out in California. And it's kind of like a Scotch Brite pad. It really does a great job getting little spot algae off. It is a real big help with keeping the glass really clean. Even on this live rock here, you can see there's a little gorgonian that came in on the aquaculture live rock. This is live rock from the Florida Keys. And that piece of gorgonian is opening up and doing well. I just kind of bumped it a little bit with a magnet. It really is maturing nicely for a brand new aquarium. 5 weeks operating is brand new. Down here you can see we have the DOS system operating. We have the vessels of the calc, KH, the trace elements going into the aquarium and getting metered by the DOS motors up there on the top end. And those are being controlled via the Apex system. And that's helping to give us immediate stability in calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium. I don't see any coralline algae spots started, but there's plenty of nice coralline algae on the aquaculture rock from the Florida Keys. So you'll start seeing, probably in the next couple of weeks, some coralline dots started on the aqua roche or the marco rock rocks, and that'll help to again solidify and initiate the biological transition of the what I would call static original calcium carbonate rock, including the keystone on the back, and transform all of this into live rock. That overall takes about a year of time, and I think one of the big keys with it is you got to go slow. So the fish have been acclimating for about 20 minutes, and then we have the blue tang going in first. He's the first new guy. That was Dory. And here's Nemo going in. And then we have this fabulous mandarin goby. Oh boy, he looks good. So here's one of our serpent stars from the Florida Keys. We usually put in an aquarium of this size, probably a dozen serpents. And then eventually I'll put in a dozen brittle stars. And they do a great job eating leftover fish food or any fish waste in the aquarium. But they really do a great job at keeping the aquarium clean. Little emerald crab, he wants to jump in the aquarium. Those are great guys too. When we start up a new aquarium, sometimes we'll have blowout. We have the sand blowout there on the bottom in that front area, and all I'm going to do is put some Reborn down in that space and literally just let it sink down there, and that'll fill in that area really well to keep the sand from blowing away when the current is going back and forth on that sea swirl. So there's a lot of flow going through the system. You can see the two deltec 12 eFlow 12s right there running. Those go up to the surface returns on the sea swirls. You've got your 3000i deltec protein skimmer, and you have your fluidized reactor in the back to place GFO, which we'll do next service, to remove some of the phosphates out of solution to help keep the algae in check. But there's a lot of flow going through here, and I only have the deltec set at 100 right there. But the floss, as you can tell on a weekly basis, is going to get dirty, but it's really just meant to get some of the small particulate out of solution. You can feel the bacteriological growth actually on the floss right now. I could definitely feel that. And we'll put in some brand new floss inside there. Just help keep it clean with a little bit of microfiltration in the system. Plus it quiets it down a little bit too. You can hear how much quieter it is now. But this area here, we have this bubble blocker, and I brought another piece right here. And all that's going to do is try to keep it a little quieter. So it's very quiet operating, but we like to have it totally silent. The skimmer is operating super well, and you can see the good amount of scum that's inside the neck of the skimmer. And I'll take that out now and clean the skimmer. I have the motors setting at 100. They can go up as high as 130. It's definitely not needed with a soft coral aquarium. The next few weeks, we'll start to see more algae growing on the rocks. You can see how well the Anthellia is growing up there. The pumping zinnia is growing really well. I added a red Monty cap down low. That'll be the only kind of stony coral we would put in. And then I added another regular leather right here to open up in this space. We'll probably put a large Gorgonian up there to give it more balance. That won't blow the sand out anymore, but when I poured it in there, it caused the aquarium to be a little cloudier because I didn't pre-rinse the rock in there, which is perfectly fine, the reborn. But the aquarium will go crystal clear here this evening, so really coming together nicely. Remember to like, subscribe, and send us some questions. We'll see you next time.